Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is from New York. If I'm being honest, and that's what we do here, she has been more in the establishment wing of the Democratic Party. We believe that she is likely to run in 2020 for president. So today, she came out with a dramatic announcement, and it really is dramatic. And I would argue that it is even maybe a harbinger of a sea change in Democratic politics. Let me show you what it is, and then I'll tell you the consequences and why it's so important.
The effect of corporate money in politics. I've decided from this point on, I am no longer accepting corporate PAC checks into my campaign. So one of the reasons why I'm so concerned about money in politics is because of the Supreme Court decision, Citizens United. We have a system where corporations can spend unlimited money that isn't even disclosed, so there's no transparency. Since I was first elected in 2006, I've made it my mission to create more transparency and accountability in Congress. And so I was the first member of Congress to actually post my schedule, my earmark requests, and my financial disclosure online. And I've since added to that my taxes. So I hope you will stand with me. We really need to make every effort we can to get rid of the corporate money and dark money that is flowing into politics. And my effort to ban corporate PAC checks is just a first step in that direction.
Okay, that is a giant deal. So it started a little bit at a time, and there were a lot of us who were saying, hey, corporate PAC money is corrupting. And those are true blue progressives who were saying that. And then some congressmen started saying, you know what, I'm not gonna take any corporate PAC money anymore. So Congressman Ro Khanna stopped taking corporate PAC money. Beto O'Rourke in Texas now running for Senate against Ted Cruz, no corporate PAC money. And then it grew and it grew. And then there's a separate wing of the Democratic Party called the Justice Democrats. None of them are allowed to take corporate PAC money. They're all uncorrupted. There's now 51 Democratic candidates across the country that are all Justice Democrats, all not taking corporate PAC money. And then more incumbents, Raul Grijalva, he's now a Justice Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard, no corporate PAC money. And then the Senate, Elizabeth Warren, no corporate PAC money. And now, Gillibrand, what most people in politics would consider bedrock establishment Democrat, now saying no more corporate PAC money. Now, look, I have a sense that some progressives will be skeptical. And I'll give you the full context here in a second. But know when you have won, okay? We're nowhere near getting money out of politics. We have a very, very long road to go. But when someone comes to your side, for God's sake, celebrate it, reward it, and feel great about it. If you had asked me if Senator Gillibrand is not gonna take corporate PAC money a year ago, I would have said, no way she's gonna do that. But here she is. If you think, oh, it's because she wants to win in 2020, great. You know what that means? That means people as savvy as Senator Gillibrand have realized the Democratic Party is actually progressive. If I want to get those voters, there's no more tricks, there's not enough ads I could buy. I actually have to stop taking the corporate money. That's wonderful. So here's more context from Roll Call. Her prohibition includes contributions from PACs connected to trade associations and law firms. Her spokesman, Glenn Caplin, told Roll Call in an email saying the goal was to, quote, get corporate money out of politics, okay? Now, she's still taking some PAC money. Let's explain. PAC money from labor unions is still welcome, Caplin said. Also, PACs have amounted to about 15%, this is more context, of Gillibrand's donations over her career in the House and Senate, according to data from Nonpartisan Center for Responsive Politics. And one more here, labor PACs represent about 14% of Gillibrand's PAC dollars, while ideological or single issue PACs amounted to more than 20%, the center's data showed. But the overwhelming majority of the PAC money was corporate PAC money, 65% of it, and now that is gone. She's putting that money aside and saying, I don't want it. I just can't praise it enough. Look, Barack Obama said that he was for change. To me, change is systemic change. When you change the system, you change the rules. Why do we need to change the rules? Because our democracy's been corrupted by the corporate money in politics. Now, Obama talked a good game and he had a lot of placards that said change, but when he got in office, he did almost nothing for real change in that regard. and the system remained exactly as it was. I remember Obama ran an ad saying, I'm not going to try to play the Washington politics and games a little bit better. I'm going to change the game. Changing the game was getting money out of politics, and he didn't do it. So sometimes the Democrats will say, what do you want, unilateral disarmament, where we don't take the money and they do? Well, I want you to be uncorrupted. I believe that that actually will give you better electoral results. But most importantly, I want you to work towards getting money out of politics. And if you're a candidate and you're no longer taking corporate money and corporate PAC money, you know what that means? You're going to work really hard to make sure that no one can take corporate PAC money. Great. It's mission accomplished on two fronts. One, you're no longer corrupted by the corporate PAC money as a candidate and as a senator. And number two, you're incentivized to work super hard to get that money out of politics. So no matter what you think her intentions are or why she did it, you have to understand that this is a wonderful moment, not just for Senator Gillibrand, but for the progressive movement. It doesn't mean that we have won that victory when we get a constitutional amendment to get money out of politics. Still a good distance, and organizations like Wolfpack, wolf-pac.com are working hard, and you should join them to make that happen. Once you get the amendment, that is rewriting the rules. That is real change. That's changing the game and bringing our democracy back so that the politicians serve their voters and not their donors. But this is a very important step in that direction. Doesn't mean we won, but it does mean we have begun to win. If you like this video, bless your heart. We got a lot more where that came from. We do a full show every day, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy it ad-free by becoming a member, tytnetwork.com/join.